Danya here with another card kit from the Stamps of Life, and this is for the month of August 2021. If you're new to my channel, I am a designer for the Stamps of Life, and on the 15th of the month, they release a card kit, and I'm going to unbox everything that you get for this month. If you like this video, and if you like what I'm bringing you regarding the Stamps of Life, please like and follow. I would really appreciate that. It doesn't cost you anything, but it sure helps me out a lot. Card kit always comes with a idea card, as many of you know. It gives you a few ideas, gives you the products used and the color palette that's included in this card kit. This month, okay, hold on, because there's something I don't want everybody to see here. This month, you get a booklet with some products and ideas on how to use those products. Cards that wow. And there's a freebie. I don't want to spoil it because I'm sure everybody wants to be surprised, but it's a die. I'll tell you that's what it is. You get envelopes to mail your cards out in. Hold on. Let's start with the palette so you can see how all this works together. I can get it out of here. So the colors you get are Pixie, Lemonade, Ocean, Kiwi, Sunshine, Cherry, Pool, Strawberry, and 4 sheets of powdered sugar. So those are the colors. You get 2 spools of ribbon. Oh, go pretty together. Yummy. The word die, which spells out so cool. You also get a mini stamp set and some dies. Embellishments, you get epoxy dots, chipboard ice cream, and felt scallop borders. You get the envelope to store everything in and then later use on other projects. And the paper pad. It's 24 sheets, double-sided, 2 of each sheet. The plaid's on the back side, which is really pretty. I love plaid. And then you get the images that you can cut out with the dies. And it starts all over again. So let's make a few cards. Okay, I went ahead and stamped out some of the cherries that were included in the card kit. And I experimented with some colors, and I came up with 2 colors that work with the card kit palette. Coral Shades is very close to the strawberry, and Magenta Blend is very close to the cherry included in that kit. Spectrum Noir recommends that you start with the lightest of the markers and just fill in the whole area. With the lightest color. Then they suggest that you go with the darkest, which is on the other end, and put in your shadows, or where you believe the shading should go. and then blend the mid-tone in. And then go over the whole entire thing with the light. And I use a white gel pen just to give it a little bit of highlight on the cherry. Underneath here, I'm using a cotton paper to help absorb the color upward. And I learned that trick through Sandy Allnock, the artist that's on YouTube. And hopefully this will keep my surface from underneath from staining. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish all these cherries, color them up, cut them up, and then we'll bring you the first card. Alrighty, for my first card, I want to make a A2 size card. So I pulled out my go-to dies, which are the large rectangle 2-pack. I'm going to want to use pattern paper and a solid behind it. And then from the dressing screen dies, I pulled this die out. And I said, ooh, that's going to look really nice right in there. It fits perfectly. I want to stamp the sentiment that comes with the stamp set in a big circle. So I'm going to center the circle as so. And then I will use the scallop in the back just to give it a little bit of color, since the die I'm going to be using is the dotted circle. And that'll give it a little bit of color. So let's get started. Okay, so that's card number 1. It was pretty simple. I used the dotted circle die to play off the back of the pattern paper. And this heart here, I just pulled this out of a previous card kit that I had. I wanted to play off the sentiment that's on the card. So anyway, simple card, really cute. You can put it out in the mail to your friend. Doesn't take too much time. Okay, so now move on to card number 2. All right, for card number 2, I want to use the ice cream sundae. Now this is a really, really large image, and you can put it on a regular A2 size card, but for me, it screams slimline, and I want to put it on a mini slimline. Now, the Stamps of Life just released a little while back the stitched rectangles for the mini slimline card. So this is the one, not the largest one, but this is the one in from the largest. And I want to give it a scallop around backing, but the scallop dies haven't been released yet for this set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut using the large slimline scallop die. I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm going to finagle it in the machine so I can get a scallop back for this mini slimline. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes. Also, I was looking at the idea card and I saw how you use this die to do sprinkles on the ice cream. So I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to cut this out and then back it up with some paper to give it a different color. So let's get started. All right, so I cut the pattern paper out with the stitch die. And I'm going to lay it on top of the slim line that I just cut. I didn't cut a full sheet because I don't need to. I'm going to line it up on where I believe it's going to go. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to make a little tick mark right on the bottom of this pattern paper. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the bottom of it. It's got to fit right into the scallops. So probably right around there. See where the tick mark is? And it's got the scallops have to line up with the scallops on the die. So right around there, I'm going to cut. So to keep it from moving, what I do is make sure that the papers fit right in. I take some Scotch repositionable tape. This isn't very sticky, so it won't rip the paper. And I'm going to wrap it around the die. Like that. Now, when I feed it into the machine, pretending that this is the bottom of the machine, and then I'm going to put the cutting pad on top. When I crank the machine, I'm only going to go up to here. Don't do the whole thing, because in case it shifts, you're going to get, the scallops are going to get wacky. So you just want to cut the bottom of this. So let me go do this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and cut it. And I can remove the tape very carefully off the paper. You can reuse this tape too for a few times. So put it in a place where you can get to it again. And there's your scallop back for your mini slim line. Erase your pencil mark. And now when you take your voila, you got yourself a scallop backing for your mini slim line. Okay, let me go start assembling the card. Okay, that's a finished card. I just wanted to add some sparkle to the cherries. This is the a Nouveau shimmer. I just add a little bit of shimmer to the strawberries, or the cherries, excuse me. There we go. All done. So cool. Okay, for card number 3. Okay, for card number 3, what I did was I took the ice cream and I assembled it, added a little bit of clear dimensional ink to the strawberry. I keep calling it a strawberry, the cherry, and then for the sprinkles, what I did is I stamped out the sprinkles in the stamp set. and use it as a guide to put glue down and then put glitter to give it a little bit of shine. I mean, you could use glitter, you could use dimensional ink or anything, but it's a nice little guide to be able to embellish the ice cream scoop. Now, what I originally had planned was I grabbed this is the rounded corner A2 die set. And what I originally had planned was I wanted to use the front of the die as so, and I wanted to scoot the ice cream in the back as so, and then drop in happy birthday. But once I assembled it, I didn't like it because it covered too much of the ice cream. So what I did was I took it apart, and let me show you what I did. I took the because it would have looked like this, and I just took it apart. So I took let me grab my thoughts here. I took the happy birthday, and I'm going to mount it onto the scallop circle that you find it in the circle flip it. And I removed these two items so that way it doesn't take away that much from the ice cream. So let me go ahead, now that I've explained it, let me go and assemble the card. Okay, that's the finished card. I just, I cut out some, oops, it came undone. I didn't leave it long enough. But I cut the backing in paper with kiwi, and then the actual cherry I cut with cherry felt. So we'll let that sit there for a few more minutes and let it dry. Okay, move on to card number 4. For card number 4, I want to make a slimline card, and so I pulled out the slimline sprinkles background die. And what I'm planning on doing is cutting out the front in white and then the back also in white, but I'm going to add some color so the color comes through on the sprinkles. Now what I want to do, or what I'm thinking of doing, is taking the dish and putting it here with 3 scoops of ice cream to take the full length of the card. The problem is I've used up all my paper, and all I have left is this from the pattern paper. So I'm going to cut this out using the inner die, and I'm going to give it a shadow, probably in gray. And then I'm just going to cut out ice cream scoops in various colors using the pattern paper that are in the pad, probably the plaid. And I'm going to line it up towards the edge of the slimline die, and I'm going to cut it all off so it's nice and straight. So the full ice cream isn't going to be, it's going to be a little off to the, scoot over to the side. Then I'm going to come up with something on the side to fill it up. But this way I could use the dish and not let it go to waste. The other side is blue paper, so you know, I could use the blue paper, but I'd rather use this. So let me get started and see how it comes out. Okay, I just jumped right into the ink blending because I figured that was all self-explanatory. And for the background, you saw that was a really hot mess. But once you put the white sprinkle sheet in front of it, all you see is the bold color coming through. And that's what I wanted. I went ahead and cut the dish out right to the edge where it started getting funky. So this is where I'm going with this. I'm going to mount it on here and then put all the ice cream scoops and just build it up, going up. And once I do that, I'm gonna snip or cut off what flows over on the ice cream. So I'm either gonna use scissors or I'll run it through my paper trimmer. So let me go ahead and assemble the card. Okay, what you saw me do there is I just stacked some cardstock in the back so that way it lays a little bit better when I mount it on one on top of the other, so it's not too lumpy. It keeps it a little bit more flush. All right, so I did the ice cream and I purposely didn't do it straight up. It's a little bit crooked and that's okay. That's what I was going for. So now what I need to do is I need to cut the edge off as so. Okay, so let me now go find some other stuff to fill the card up with. Using this stamp set called Stamped Up for Sentiments, I stamped it and cut out the happy birthday. And to cut it out, what I used were the smallest dies from the Slimline layering rectangles and the layering scallops. I adjusted the length of these the same exact way I did, I believe it was card number 2 that I did in this video. Same technique. So I'm not going to repeat it here. So I'm going to use this to lay it over on the side here. And I went and cut out from the Sunshine Felt using the mini flower dies. I made these little embellishments. The dot in the center are the epoxy dots that comes with the card kit. And I'm going to scatter these around. And I'm going to finish off with a bow. So let me put all that together and we'll finish off the card. Well, this one's looking like to be my favorite. So we'll see when I do the fifth card, but so far this one's ahead and winning. I had a little difficulty with the felt flowers. The glue that I had used last night didn't hold. So I just went and used some glue dots, and now they seem to be pretty sturdy on there. But so there you go. That's the fourth card. And now just a little warning before I do the fifth one. It's going to be a spoiler. I am going to use the free die that came in the set. So if you do not want to be disappointed, I advise you shut off everything now. If not, just hang in there and I'll do my fifth card. Thank you. Alrighty, card number 5. Spoiler alert, I'm going to use the freebie that came in the kit. So this is where you shut it off if you don't want to be disappointed. What we get is a 4U die. And I'm going to do a square flip it because it fits perfectly in the square flip it. And then it's just a tad bit smaller than the layering die. So I'm going to be able to add another layer of color on there. Now there's been some goodies that I've neglected from the kit. And I think this, and the ribbon. So I'm going to incorporate these embellishments one way or another. So that way everything gets equal love. So let's get started. Alrighty, all the pieces are cut for the flip it card. Before I get started assembling the card, I just want to explain some things that I did. I cut the 4U out in white in 3 sheets of really thick cardstock, and I layered it for dimension. The backing is going to be cherry, but I did ink it, so you can see the difference. This is without it being inked, and this is with it being inked. I just feel it pops out a little bit better. So that's the only thing different that I did out of the ordinary. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put it together. This is going to be a quick card, as flippers always are. Okay, that's the final card. The little ribbon gave me a hard time. I always wonder if people notice the ribbon and how it's situated and everything, because I think that's the hardest part of a card is the ribbon. Anyway, so that's the 5th card. Quick and simple. Let me know which one's your favorite. And again, I appreciate you for sticking by me. And once again, I request for likes if you like this video, and subscribe if you want to see more of the Stamps of Life products in play. And thank you again, everyone, and thank you all for your sweet comments. Have a fantastic day.